Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch, and welcome today to a quadruple unboxing slash quadruple giveaway. I've never done that before. We're going to unbox and have a quick look at 4 different watches, and then 4 of you will win one each. They're all by the same brand, that brand being Watch Dives. And they are all lookalikes, shall we say, copies of much more expensive watches. Now, for many years, Pagani has been the #1 bargain brand if you want this style of watch for under $100. But all 4 of these Watch Dives are under $100. So, is Watch Dives now the bargain homage brand of choice? Let's flip the camera and find out. Alright then, let's get into it. You saw the pop-up earlier on. It should be pretty obvious. I didn't pay for these. Watch Dives sent me them. I don't have to send them back, so I'm giving them away. Now, I'll leave links to both the Watch Dives store and the Watch Dives AliExpress store in the description of the video. If you are keen on any of these watches or anything else, check both. Do yourself a favour and compare the prices on both of the sites. There's a $10 sign-up discount code on their own website, but there's always sales on AliExpress, so check both, see which one suits you, see which one's cheapest, and go from there. Now, I'm going to go through these 4 today in order from my least favourite to my favourite. So I'm going to start with the first watch that I'm not 100% convinced by, and then move on. I think they get progressively better as they go. So which one am I not convinced by? I'm not necessarily convinced by this one. Not because the watch itself is a dunger, because I'm not convinced by the subject material. I'm not convinced by the watch that they are aping the look of here. Unlike the other 3, this is a Seiko lookalike. Now, is it a 62 mass lookalike? Fair enough if it is, because they're from the 60s, they don't make them anymore and they're expensive. Is it an SLA 017 lookalike? Again, kind of almost fair enough, because they're really expensive too. Is it an SPB 143 lookalike though? In which case, save up and buy the real thing. I'm never convinced of homages of relatively affordable watches. Hence why this one is the first cab off the rank today. Well, they're well wrapped, I'll give them that much. And I'll also say that this is surprisingly nice given the modest price tags. As I said, less than $100 across the board with these ones. Kind of full carbon protective case there with a Watch Dives logo on it. Similarly, a little Watch Dives pull tab on the zipper. 2-year warranty with all of these, little instruction manual in the top as well. And they all come with a branded spring bar removal tool and link removal tool. These link removal tools, in my experience, never last, but you should probably get at least one watch out of them, which I guess is enough. Now, in terms of dimensions, this one is definitely a little bit smaller than the modern Seikos with this look. It is 37.5mm in diameter, 11.2mm thick with a 45.5mm lug-to-lug. Drilled lugs is nice. 20mm between the lugs. There's a taper down to 16 and back up to 18 at the clasp. As sized for my 7-inch wrist, 2 links removed, 120 grams, 200 meters of water resistance, double-domed box sapphire crystal, and the movement in the back is a Seiko VH31. Perhaps the movement choice is why they've been able to keep these at under $100 whilst maintaining pretty high quality. Have a look at the case finish. That's nice, particularly the high polish chamfer running from drilled lug tip to drilled lug tip. And the bezel action is surprisingly good for a watch at this price point as well, as is the bezel insert. That is a matte ceramic bezel insert and is fully loomed. I'll chuck in an insert of the loom now. BGW9 or the equivalent throughout, hands, indices and fully loomed bezel insert. Now when I turn the speed up, it's not incredible, but it's certainly not awful, which I think sums up the Oyster bracelet nicely as well. Not incredible, but by no means awful. Female end link, double security triggers, Watch Dives logo engraved there, which is nice, and 5 micro adjust positions, meaning you're going to get a comfortable fit with this one. I'm guessing this will appeal to people with smaller than average wrists or those who like smaller than average watches. I have an average size 7-inch wrist, and it still looks pretty good on me though. So watch number 1 may be my least favourite, but hey, it's not bad. In fact, I might actually like it a bit better than watch number 2. Watch number 2, if you haven't guessed already, is an Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra lookalike. Now, I happen to own the original watch, and I'm certainly not objecting to this one on any ethical grounds, as you'll see from my favourite of these 4 in just a couple of minutes. I never quite think that homage manufacturers capture the essence of the Aqua Terra. It's got all the hallmarks, it's got the twisted lugs, it's got the horizontal stripes on the dial, and it's got the signature arrowhead handset, but they always just look unconvincing when compared to homages, clawmages of other well-known luxury watches. Again, can't knock the quality of this one though for under $100. So 38, 10.7, 45, 20, 105, 100, double dome sapphire, and again a VH31. You may be noticing an emerging theme here. All of these watches are powered by Seiko's VH31 4-tick quartz movement. I think that's the reason why they can keep the quality relatively high whilst keeping the price relatively low. Now, some people are not going to be into that at all. Some people just hate quartz. The VH31 also doesn't give you a date. None of them have date complications, so if a date is a must for you, then yeah, look elsewhere, buy a Pagani, buy a Watch Dives with a date, or buy a different brand. But if you're okay with not having a date, there is something to be said for these VH31s as grab-and-go pieces. Super accurate, super reliable, and super cheap to run and maintain long term. And again, this one, very nice on wrist. It's slim at under 11, it's super short lug to lug at 45, it's got female end links, and those are very, very compact links, meaning you're going to get a nice fit. It's going to contour to your wrist nicely, regardless of how big or how small that wrist may be. Plus, there's a little bit of blue loom on this one as well, and just like with the original Aqua Terra, you only actually get loom on the arrowhead tip of the minute hand. So yeah, it's a little bit disconcerting. You're expecting to see loom the length of the minute hand, but you only get it at the very edge. But overall, not too bad at all. I looked at the Pagani version of the Aqua Terra a couple of years ago. This one, definitely nicer. What is watch number 3 then? Well, it's the WD 1016. Do you see what they did there? It is, of course, a copy of a vintage Rolex Explorer 1016, and it's really rather nice. I really like this style of watch. I love the 1016, I love the Explorer in general, I love the oyster style case, and I appreciate this smaller size. So this one is 37mm in diameter, 11.1mm thick, 45.5 lug to lug. Look at that lovely case. It really is such a classic design. 20mm between the lugs, 112 grams, 100 meters of water resistance. Fantastic boxed double-domed sapphire crystal, and again, a VH31. Yeah, lovely, lovely case on these. Cracking piece of crystal. I think it's the same bracelet as used on that 62 Mass lookalike, but for some strange reason, they give you an extra link. I had to remove 3 links on this one to get the same fit as I had. To only remove 2 links with the other one. Screw down crown, Watch Dives logo, but only 100 meters in this case. And it's a really nice, unobtrusive little watch to wear, this one. I like the kind of brown sunburst dial on these, going for that kind of tropic dial look that some of the original Explorers developed. Gold hands, gold indices do add a little bit of extra something, and plenty of micro adjust holes, meaning you're gonna get a good fit. Somewhat unusually, we also have blue loom on this one as well. Watch Dives must have got a job lot. I perhaps would have expected a 14-ered look given the overall look of the dial, the hands, etc. But no great complaints. That does mean better legibility both during the day and after dark, as you can see. But if this is only my second favourite of the 4, then what's my favourite? It's what I think is the pick of the bunch. It's a Tudor Black Bay lookalike. Yeah, I think this one looks the best, plus it's got a couple of extra features not shared by all the others today, like quick release end links and an on-the-fly adjustable clasp. And yet it doesn't cost any more than any of the others. $100 after the voucher on their website, $90 on AliExpress. And this particular reference has the looks of the BB58, but the sizing of the BB54. So 37mm in diameter, 11.6mm thick, 45.5 lug to lug, 20 between the lugs,
As size for me, 132 grams, 200 meters of water resistance, double dome sapphire, and you guessed it, a VH31. Very, very impressive case finish here for under $100. The bezel action is also really rather nice. Female end links, O-style bracelet, but again, micro adjust clasp, quick release end links, under $100. Hence why this one is my top pick today. And you do get the old style 14er loom with this, the loom that I was expecting to see on the 1016 earlier on. Wears sweetly, looks good on and off wrist, definitely one of the most impressive sub $100 watches that I've seen in ages. So overall then, very, very impressed with the quality across the board, all four of these. Very strong offerings for under $100. Zero originality across the board, of course. We knew that at the beginning of the video. No dates on any of them. You're going to have to be alright with that, and you're going to have to be alright with quartz. If you need a date and if you just can't stand quartz, then you're going to have to look elsewhere. Some of these are available with mechanical options from Watch Dives, plenty of other options from Pagani and the likes with Seiko NH or Miyota 8000 series movements in them. But if you're alright with quartz, if you're alright with no date, these are very, very impressive, and these are all going to be given away to 4 of you.
So there you have it. You just cannot complain about any of that lot for the price they're charging. Perhaps they're not unequivocally number one due to the VH31, but I think this or that style of watch is bound to find more than a few friends on the lookout for a bargain look-alike. But 4 of you will get the biggest bargain of all, won't you? What do you have to do to win one of these? Well, very simple. Like, subscribe, comment, and don't get scammed. So make sure you're a subscriber of the channel. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, any comment you like, but keep it clean to avoid the spam filters, and I'll give you another clue. Don't use the words winner or prize, right? Because that's how the scammers used to get you in the past. I will pin a comment this time next week. I will ask that winner to contact me by email. Once we've sorted out the deal, I will pick the next winner and pin that comment, etc. Believe me, you will know if it's me replying to your comment. You will also therefore know if it's not me replying to your comment. Like I said, don't get scammed. Good luck. Well done for making it all the way to the end of the video. If you didn't fancy the watch dives, check out a couple of my favourite Paganis here or here. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you again soon.